Hi you guys, me again. This video is just for my English 102 students. This is my third video of today. Hopefully they're getting less awkward. I just wanted to go over some of just the general guidelines and just give you an overview of the course. Most of this information is in your syllabus, but I thought it might be easier to make a little video and talk through some of it as well. So you're in English 102. It's the second part of first year composition. And the way that I run this class, and I love it, and most of my students in the past have really loved this format too, is that this class is a digital ethnography class, which you will learn more about in the next few weeks. But basically what's going to happen is you guys are going to be doing online research this semester. And you're going to do so by joining a new group or website type of thing online, and kind of researching the people there and how they act and what they do by participating in this group. So what's going to happen is over the next week or so, you're actually going to pick a new website or space, online space to join and become a member of. And then for the next 15-ish weeks of class, you're going to be a full-on participant in that space. You're going to join, converse, post videos, art, enter into discussions, whatever happens on that space, you're going to do all the things that all the other members do. If they make friends, you're going to make friends. If they argue about politics, you're going to argue about politics. You're just going to try to be a fully engaged member, and then each of your writing projects for this course will talk about your interactions in that space and the research that you're doing there. So this week, actually, what I'm going to have you do is just tell me a topic that you're most interested in researching. So you might want to join some kind of group online related to music or video or arts and crafts or health or sports or that type of thing. So I'm going to actually give you like a set of like 6 or 7 different options, and you're just going to tell me which topic you're most interested in, and then I'm going to divide you up into groups by topic, and then you're going to go out and each person's going to pick their own website. So everybody will be on a different website, but you'll be grouped together. So say you pick sports and you want to do college football. So you're on some kind of forum or site or some ESPN group even that looks at college football, but you might be in a group with other people in the class, and one person might be on a collegiate rowing site, one person might be just on a general health and fitness diet site, and one person might be on an MBA site or something like that. So you guys will all work together sometimes, and you'll read each other's papers because you're all in the sports group, but you'll all actually be participating on your own individual websites or spaces. So that's a general overview of how the class is going to work. So all your participation, your research, your writing will be on the website that you're going to choose in the next week or so. Okay, and then as far as how this is going to work, every week you will have a few things to do. You'll have a reading in our class textbook, which is called Writing Arguments, and then you'll have a discussion board online, and that's found on Schoology. All the discussions will happen on there. And so each week you'll do your reading, and sometimes I might give very specific questions related to your reading that I want you to answer or ponder. Other weeks I might not give you prompts, but instead I will just want you to respond to the reading and tell your classmates what you thought was interesting or confusing or problematic. You can also ask questions that you had about the reading that the rest of your classmates can try to answer. So you'll write your own blog post, and then you'll respond to 2 other classmates' blog posts after you get done. I should also add that usually there'll be a reading from the textbook, and then there'll be a supplemental reading, some kind of short excerpt or article that I will give you about doing digital ethnography or online research. So you'll learn more about how to do research in these online communities and that type of thing. So usually textbook reading and then a very short article reading as well, and you'll respond to both of them on the discussion board. Then in addition to that, you're also, for this class, going to set up a personal blog, and you can choose whichever forum you like. You can use Blogger, WordPress, Tumblr, TypePad. I personally have the most experience using Blogger, so if you think you will need help, you might want to choose Blogger so that I can assist you. But if you're already super active on WordPress or Tumblr and just want to start a new blog for this class, you totally can. Or you can even add to an existing blog if you have one. So each week, you're going to write one blog post a week about your website and what's going on in your space. This is basically where you're writing down your data. So you might just talk about joining the site and like the username you chose and setting up a profile. If anything awkward or funny happens on the site, if you get in an argument with someone, or if a moderator deletes your post for some reason and you're mad about it, on your blog, that's where you'll talk about these things. So it's kind of your way of collecting all your data about your site. If you start to make a friend on your site that emails you personally, that type of thing, you'll write about it on your blog. So kind of just a weekly blog update on what's going on in your site, how you're getting involved, and anything funny or weird or crazy happen on your site, that type of thing. And then after you write on your blog, you'll jump to a classmate's blog, 2 other blogs, I believe I put in the syllabus. You'll go to 2 other blogs and you'll respond to your classmates' writing as well, just so you kind of know what's going on with each other's research. So your blog you can keep it private or you can keep it public. There's privacy settings on blogs, so you can decide. But if you decide to keep it private, everyone in the class, including me, has to have access, so we can go and read your blog even if it's on a private setting. However, I personally encourage you to keep it public, just because it's kind of cool when you're writing if a wider audience can read what you're doing, and then that way maybe even people on your website, the space that you join, maybe they could read your blog too and see what's going on. You never know. So I personally think it's cool to keep it public, but you're free to keep it private as long as everyone in the class has access to it. Okay, so then you'll also notice in the syllabus that the class is broken up into 3 modules, modules 1, 2, and 3. And so how it's going to work is this. Your work for the week, so you're reading your discussion board and your blog post, all your work is due online by 10 p.m. every Thursday night for full credit. However, because this is an online course and to give you a little bit of flexibility, I will let you turn in any late work for half credit up until the end of that module. So each module ends on the day that your writing project for that module is due. So like writing project 1 is due on Thursday, September 26th. And so all your work for module 1 has to be done by that time. So if you say you missed a discussion board during week 2, then you have up until week 5, the end of module 1, to finish that work for half credit, okay? So you have to turn it in by 10 p.m. every Thursday for full credit, but if you want to go back and make up work, it has to be done by the end of the module. Once the module ends and your writing project is due, then all work from that module is cut off and closed, and you'll get a 0 on anything that you didn't do. So I hope this provides a little bit of flexibility with you and your schedule, because I know it can be hard to juggle online assignments. Okay, and so there's 3 writing projects for the class. So writing project 1 is due at the end of module 1, writing project 2 at the end of module 2, and so on. The first writing project, just briefly, is a rhetorical analysis, and basically what you're doing is you're going to give an overview of the group you're studying. You're going to tell us what they're like, what their values are, what are the proper ways to behave on your site, what are the norms there, what's accepted and not accepted, that type of thing. So basically you're analyzing the group, the people that you're studying on your site for your first writing project. For your second writing project, as you get more involved in your space and learn more of kind of the ins and outs of how it works, you are going to write an argumentative paper where you take a side. So you're going to look and see what are some of the contested issues on your space. What do people either argue about outrightly, or is there something subtle that you see problematic about your space that you have an argument about, even though people don't really come out and say that there's a problem? You might identify it and write an argument about it anyway. So that's writing project 2. And then writing project 3, the final one for the semester, is a knowledge creation project where you are actually going to create some kind of piece of writing or media for the members of your site. So your audience is not me or your classmates. The audience is the members of your space. And so it could be that you produce some blog posts, that you produce a poll. If you're on an artsy site, you might create a video or a tutorial. Anything like that where you are creating something that is meant to teach the members of your space something new. And we'll talk about that in more detail later on. And then finally, the last week of class, you'll have a final reflection project that is 5% of your grade, and you'll get more details on that later. So that's a basic overview of how it's going to work. So on Schoology, readings will be posted there, and that's where you'll post your discussion board. You will set up your own personal blog to post weekly blog posts about what's going on your site. And also, I should say that you are expected to spend about 5 hours in your space, your website, every week, interacting there, participating, uploading, chatting, whatever you do. That's going to be the bulk of the work that you're doing, is actually participating in your web space. Also in this class, we will use Google Hangouts. I'm going to try to set up a Google Hangouts for the class where we can all chat throughout the week. I'm going to try to jump on every Tuesday morning from 9 to 10 and just be there to answer questions and converse with you, but I'll also jump on throughout the week. And then if you're all in the Google Hangout, you can talk to each other and answer each other's questions and give advice as well. And then we will also use Google Docs or Google Drive now to do peer review and to read each other's papers. So make sure that you have an email address set up to a Google account. You can use your ASU email to set up with Google. So just kind of know that that's going to be happening in the next week as I get those things set up. And finally, office hours. Clearly this class meets fully online, so I don't ever expect to meet you face-to-face during the semester. However, I will be on the Tempe campus every Monday afternoon. I'm taking a class on Monday evenings, so if you want to schedule a face-to-face meeting with me, I will be available on Mondays to make that happen, so just email me and we'll set an appointment. Other than that, I expect most of our conversing to happen either through Google Hangouts or through email. I'm really good about answering email. Monday through Friday, I do try to take weekends off from work email, so if you email me on Saturday morning, I probably won't get back to you until Monday, but because everything for the class is due on Thursday nights, that shouldn't really be a problem. But Monday through Friday, I should answer all your emails within like a few hours or by the end of the day. Okay, I think that's it for now. I'm probably missing things, but we'll fill in the gaps as we go. I hope that gives you a good overview of the class. And for now, start thinking about which topic you're most interested in studying. So sports, religion, politics, video games. I'm going to put a list on Schoology for you to choose from, but start thinking about what kind of space you might want to research for the whole semester. Okay, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.